my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today is how to survive the first trimester. So if any of you just found out you're pregnant, or if you're in the first trimester, or you're just having fun on YouTube watching, I hope you enjoy this video. I am now in my second trimester. And I survived the first trimester! But it was the first trimester kind of kicked my butt. The first week I felt great, and then from 6 weeks all the way until the very end, it was just kind of a battle. So I figured I'd put a list of things that got me through the first trimester as positive as I could be. So here they are. I know some people have completely different symptoms, so if you guys want to know about mine, I do have an 8 to an 11 week bump date. I'll just link it down below, and that kind of gives you my symptoms for the whole first trimester. They stayed the same. So let's just get right into it. First thing is have some loose clothes ready. Since I felt nauseous, I didn't want to be in any tight-fitted clothes. I just wanted something loose and comfortable at all times, and that includes my bra. Sometimes I hardly even wore a bra, but if I did, it was a sports bra or a bra with hardly any padding or underwire in it. So just be prepared, have some nice, most people do, but have some nice lounge clothes. And you know, I wish I kind of would have bought it beforehand, because it sounds cliche, no one's gonna see you for the most part when you're wearing these clothes. But when I feel like I look good, I feel a little better. So I liked to have nice comfy clothes that made me feel good still, and I still felt like I wasn't just a bump on a log, if that makes sense. So just get some cute, loose, comfortable clothing and nice, sexy bra. No, it doesn't have to be sexy, but just be prepared and have those comfy clothes ready. And also have some cool clothes, so like tank tops and shorts, like Sophie shorts and stuff like that ready. But along with that, have like a hoodie and pants ready, because that's kind of how it was for me. I'd get really hot, then I'd get really cold, and if I got really hot, I'd be really nauseous, so I'd be like, take it all off. And having those cool clothes or the warm clothes really helped. So I highly recommend to have both ready and wear something you can layer and take off pretty quickly. So also have some ice cubes and sour candies ready. If you are anything like me and are experiencing nausea, or maybe you're, not, good for you. Just thank the Lord, because I wish I could have skipped that part. But ice and sour candies and these candies called tummy drops, which are sold at like health food stores, and my midwives gave them to me, were lifesavers. They didn't necessarily make the nausea go away, but they made it copeable, and they made it to where I just wasn't like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like just that feeling like, ugh. Just to have a cold ice cube or a sour candy, or the tummy drops I'd get in peppermint. It was just so refreshing in my mouth, and it just made me feel so much more relaxed and better. I didn't try I think there's like Prego Pops or something, because when I read the ingredients, they were basically candy. So I just went ahead and got some sour candies, and I got some mints, but then the tummy drops are made with peppermint oil. And so they are kind of like a peppermint candy, but I felt they were stronger and they did a better job than just peppermint candies. So I can list a link down below where to get those, or like online somewhere. I'm sure they have them. But definitely, and I couldn't really drink a lot of water or it would make me feel nauseous. I couldn't really drink any liquid. So having ice cubes just constantly helped so much in keeping me hydrated, and they were just refreshing and really just kept my mind off of how I was feeling. So definitely recommend those. Next is buy unscented everything. Just get prepared. Even for my next pregnancy, even if I don't have the same symptoms, before I even start trying, I am going and getting everything just to be prepared. I don't even care if I end up not needing it. I'd rather be in that predicament than what I was in, because buy unscented everything. Unscented shampoos if you can, like very light or maybe peppermint shampoos, scented shampoos. Unscented body wash, unscented clothing detergent, unscented soaps, anything you can get your hands on, unscented deodorant, get unscented. Because here was the deal with me. If I didn't think it stunk, after I was out of the first trimester, it stinks to me now, because every time I smell it, I get kind of back in that place of how I felt then. And if it did stink to me in my first trimester, it better be freaking out in the trash, outside, like far away from my house. I could not bear the smell. It was just disgusting. And I think I went and I bought totally different shampoos, totally different body wash, and I didn't really get unscented in any of those. I just bought some that I were like, okay, I can deal with this. And now smelling those disgust me now, just because they remind me of how I was feeling then. So if I could have gone back and just got unscented everything to where everything was just neutral, it didn't give me an aversion, it wouldn't be a scent that I'd remember how I feel then, would have been perfect. So highly suggest unscented everything. I couldn't even stand the smell of my own house. It was so weird. The house doesn't even really have a smell, but any smell it did have, it just grossed me out. So I wish they had something to just like unscent everything. Next is, I know like everyone says for morning sickness, you want protein packed healthy foods. No, that wasn't the case for me. I could not eat anything except really bland carbs, and those are what worked for me the best. So I honestly lived on crackers and rice cereal just rice cereal for the whole first trimester. Honestly, the only time I wasn't eating that was when I had medicine to help with my nausea. So I recommend just stocking up on simple bland carbs. My baby still grew at a rate it should. It's still, he's healthy now. So anything to just get your calories in, but not make it to where it's an emotional hurdle, because that's what eating was becoming for me. It was an emotional hurdle because I was just like forcing food down and it wasn't helping. It was making me feel worse. So once I found that crackers and rice cereal and just very simple carbs that my body could just use up real fast and I guess get out of my stomach as soon as possible, it was a relief. It would help ease the nausea. It wouldn't add to the nausea. It wouldn't make me feel full, because that was a big thing. If I started to feel full, it made it even worse. So just get those bland carbs. And even like sweeter things helped me, even though I wasn't craving sweet things, and they say stay away, they don't make it worse. For me it didn't. And I used to have hypoglycemia, I'm not gonna get into that, but because they say like if your blood sugar changes it'll make it worse, but for me it didn't. Keeping my carb intake just steady throughout the day really, really helped. Next is have your entertainment ready. So obviously you have to go to work. That's one thing. Lucky for me, I ran my own business, and at this time when I was in my first trimester, it was slowing down and I had the help of my husband to keep it going. So thank God for that. But when the times you're not working and having like your mind on other things, have entertainment. I couldn't get off my recliner. Honestly, I laid on my recliner for weeks on end. It was bad. But to keep myself busy, I'd have my list of movies I wanted to watch and some adult coloring books, a good book to read, just anything to keep my mind off of what I was feeling and just kind of relax and stay busy in a sense really helped. So just kind of get all those ready again. Like I said, a good list of movies you love, Some adult coloring books are great. And a good book is always amazing, which is basically just a mind movie. So next would be lemon. Lemon helped me so much. Now, my sisters had mentioned something like if they had anything citrus, it would make them feel sick, but it was the opposite for me. I couldn't by any means gulp lemon water down, but if I sipped lemon water, it was very refreshing, and it was something that didn't aggravate the nausea. So even the smell of cutting the lemon, it was just so refreshing, and just it really helped. So I highly recommend to have some lemons. And orange juice helped me a lot, quite a bit. I just loved sour stuff. I know a lot of sour foods can kind of dry your mouth out, and I've read that if your mouth gets dry, a lot of times it can ease your nausea. So not for everyone, but for me that was the case. So a lot of like sour drinks really helped. Having a routine, a daily routine, really helps to just keep your mind off things and just be set in what you need to do. So on the days you don't have work, or if you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home pregnant woman like myself right now, just having a routine really helped me to just focus in on what needed to be done instead of focusing in on what I was experiencing. Which I wasn't trying to get away from the experience, because it's like my first pregnancy and obviously I'm excited, but any unpleasant feeling is just something you don't want to dwell on. So next is have a water bottle ready to bring with you everywhere. And this also was something like the tummy drops I mentioned. I brought them everywhere with me too. Something to just kind of cool my palate, cool my mouth down, and just kind of refresh me wherever I was, and to be sure you're intaking your water that you need to, because I couldn't, like I said, drink a lot of water. I just sip it, and just making sure I had a water bottle by me at all times. I would remember to just constantly sip it throughout the day. Gum was a really big help, and I started out with peppermint gum, and then at the end I started craving Bubblicious watermelon gum, and that even right now is more refreshing than mint gum for me. Just the fruity taste just kind of like blocks all other sensations out. So, but if that's not a taste you like, just having something to kind of, again, it's all about kind of keeping you busy and easing your mind. The gum really helped me. And going back, I'm kind of all over the place, sorry. To getting hot and cold, have a little fan ready, because it was easier for me to deal with being cold than it was to be hot, because right when I started feeling hot, the nausea started to kick in. So it was like clothes off and where's a breeze or something to start cooling me down instantly, or else it would just keep getting worse. So I recommend just having a little fan. I think I bought mine, we already had one, but it was like $10 to $20 at, Target, Walgreens, wherever you want to go. But just to crank it on, let yourself cool off. It would take honestly like a minute and I'd be cooled down and feeling better. But just to have that instant relief and rush of cool, refreshing air was amazing. Now my first trimester was when it was pretty hot out. And so it may be different for anybody having their first trimester in the winter. I don't know, but that's just what it was for me. And next, and I think this is the last one that I highly recommend, and that is to have magnesium spray. So a lot of times they say early pregnancy symptoms can be aggravated by magnesium deficiencies, and also that you lose a lot of your magnesium and you can't absorb it as good when you are pregnant. So I got this brand, I'll link it below because I can't think of it. They make a whole bunch of pregnancy supplements and pregnancy, like, how do you even say it? Like pregnancy products to ease morning sickness and symptoms. And they sold a magnesium spray, and you just spray it on your the bottom of your arms, and then you spray it on the bottom of your feet for it to be absorbed. And it kind of tingles, but if it tingles, I heard that means you do have a magnesium deficiency. So that helped. Like, it wasn't a quick relief, but when I used it consecutively, I did feel like I felt better. So I do recommend a magnesium spray. Just be sure it is a high quality one, or else you're just spraying it on your skin, and if it's not being absorbed, it's not being absorbed. You can also do like an Epsom salt bath, or what I like to do at night sometimes was just get a bowl of water, warm water, put some Epsom salt in it, and soak my feet in it, because your feet absorb a lot of it. And that also goes along with a B6. But I had problems taking supplements. The only supplement I could take was the little prescription the doctor prescribed me, and the pill was so tiny. But if I took anything else, even if it said it wouldn't cause upset stomach, maybe it was just a mental thing, but I felt like it made me feel worse. So I tried to get gummy prenatal vitamins, because I heard those were easier to take than the pills, which I had been taking. But they too, I just felt gross with them. So I took them when I could. When I felt good, I took my gummy sour prenatals. I'll list the brand I used down below. They did taste good. I didn't have any issues with the taste or anything. It was just afterwards I just felt kind of weighed down, and I just didn't feel like they helped me at all. Or they aggravated my nausea, kind of. And same with the B6. They told me to take B6 to help alleviate the morning sickness, and it didn't really do much, but it's not to say it wouldn't work for you. So those are my tips and must-haves to survive your first trimester. If you are in it right now and you are struggling, keep your head up. The second trimester is right around the corner. You're growing your baby in there, and once you see your baby, it'll just all be worth it. I know that's so cliche, but it's so true. Just seeing him on the ultrasound, I was just like, yes, I'll do anything for you. So I hope wherever you all are, you're having an amazing day. And just remember, you're beautiful, you're strong, you can get through any obstacle you set your mind to. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Peace!